better you get, the harder it gets. It doesn't get easier.
The nature of the way the Interpros are, you only get one shot at these teams.
You can buy a jersey in a shop, but pull it on yourself and you've earned it. Like, you haven't just gone and gotten it. You've put in the hard work, blood, sweat and tears for that jersey.
And we're here today, we get to showcase what we're about, why we're the champions and why we plan on being champions again. And let's go out, yeah?
Work hard, girls.
Let's enjoy it and work hard.
Everybody all in, first minute. Hands in. Go! Go! Leinster on 3. 1, 2, 3, let's go!
So I let it burn.
I texted Munster a couple of weeks ago and said we're looking for a culture captain, and I just thought Matthew would be a great advocate for that role because he's Leinster Rugby mad, aren't you, Matthew? Yeah. Nice faces here. Yeah, so everyone, this is Matthew, the Leinster Rugby.
Where's the chat? Where's the space? No, you threw her down the channel. She's off to John Ryan. Get on top, Hannah. Good. Gonna have to switch after this. Dominate, Ema. They're gonna set me on. If I know that this is my strongest shoulder, I'm just gonna go like this. Okay, let's go.
You underestimate that, especially when it comes to winter, and you know, you leave for work and it's dark, you get home and it's dark. There could be evenings, especially in Ireland, where it's lashing rain, and you know, you're damp and cold and you're tired. So it's those days that it's definitely tough. But I think when the sense of achievement and the sense of camaraderie, like in rugby and especially in the club in Blackrock, like, you know, everyone's doing that, so you're definitely more willing. You don't even think about it. Like, of course you're going to do it. Like, when there's an opportunity to play at the top level and to win an All-Ireland League or to push to play for an interprovincial team, they're just sacrifices that you'll do in a heartbeat. So this is the gym. So we're here twice a week, usually Tuesdays and Thursdays before our sessions. We come on a Monday as well, just do our own sessions as well, but you can do that remotely. But one thing the music is usually blaring, so this is definitely unusual, and I've never seen it so empty. But the cool thing about the Interpros is, I guess, the club scene would be our main foundation at the AIL level. So there's 10 AIL clubs, so obviously this is Blackrock, and we train here 3 times a week, and like, we call each other family, because honestly, for a Blackrock Dublin club, there's very few of us originally from Dublin, and we see each other honestly more than we see our own families.
Here in Blackrock, we're really lucky that the club are really supportive of their women's players, and we're lucky enough to kind of get our own spread over in this section of the clubhouse. So here on this plaque is all the people in Blackrock, all the women who have represented Ireland. So you've got Tanya Rosser there, and then we've got a lot of the girls who are currently involved as well in Leinster at the moment. You've got Sarah, Emer, Tash, Wafer, Christy. We've got lots of people there, like in the past, who have represented Leinster and represented Ireland but are on this board as well. So it's a nice memory to have, and the club are really good like that. They're really supportive. Our head coach Tanya Rosser had played a lot of her rugby in Blackrock, so it's a nice picture of her there. We'll give her of the nice facial expressions which you'll love on this one, of her in an Irish jersey as well. So that was during the World Cup in 2014 as well, which is a pretty cool shot to have. So yeah, it's a nice little token that the club do, and it's, as I said, they're really appreciative of everything we do, and likewise for what they give back to us as well. So yeah, I started off obviously playing with CYM over in Terranure, which was amazing. Like I said, it was the stepping stone for me to get a feeler into rugby and play in Leinster Division 2 and eventually Leinster Division 1 with the girls I got promoted to. And it was brilliant. It was such a good stepping stone in terms of social side of things and also just to get that feel for rugby. And then I've been really lucky with the girls there and the family that I made there, as well as what I've come to here in Blackrock and Stradbrook. The club have been incredibly supportive.
My club is Old Belvo. I've been playing here for a season now, coming into my second. Obviously don't get a lot of club time, but the matches that I did play were so much fun. I'd never played at an AIL level before. I'd actually only been Div 1, so to step up that little bit in club is a great experience. My first match with Belvo was on this pitch here, where I scored a cheeky little snipe on the 10 metre there and ended up scoring a try. So I'll take that to the grave for my first cap. So yeah, I really loved playing with them and hopefully I'll get a few more matches in this season. Wearing blue is like an insane privilege. Coming up, playing for your province, almost like when I first started at the age of like 5, it wasn't even a concept that I thought of, that I could play for my province and represent Leinster. Even saying it now, like it brings me so much pride. The fact that I can do that, put on that jersey and get out there and inspire others to join the game. So when I was little, I didn't have that. Like I then very quickly got pulled into the provincial setup, and it was like, holy shit, a dream that I didn't even dream of is coming true. Because it just seemed so far out of reach for so long that. And I loved club rugby, so I didn't mind. But yeah, for me, definitely wearing blue is just an insane privilege.
Oh, there is a bit.
Huh? Did you get your haircut done? No, it felt like.
So Tuesday rolls around, Ulster week. The beauty of the competition is it's week on week, so whether you win or whether you lose, you've no chance to wallow or to be delighted with yourself because the next opponent is just around the corner. So for us it was a blessing really that we got to change the focus to Ulster.
The winners will get a coffee from myself. I'll give you a hot chocolate. Number 1, youngest player in the squad.
What?
Youngest player in the squad.
In their first 2 games, they really pushed Munster and were unlucky to get more out of that in their opening fixture, and they drew with Connacht in round 2. So we knew we were in for a tough dogfight. We were going to their backyard, so they have a lot of pride, obviously playing in their home ground as well. So we knew what's at stake there. But first up, I suppose, as always on every Tuesday session, is the video review. And to be fair, Tanya probably held back a bit more on what we could have done in terms of the rollicking that we could have got and we probably should have got, but everybody knew at that stage that we were the makers of our own downfall in that game, that we didn't come to play our style of play, and we didn't kind of set out to achieve all the things that we'd wanted to achieve in that game, and thus being on the wrong end of a scoreboard and chasing a game that got away from us in the end. And Munster were deserved winners, but we had a lot to fix from that game. The worst that could happen was we lost, and we did lose. So it was very much now, okay, well, we're not the favourites tag anymore. We might be defending champions, but if we want to win this trophy back and bring it back down the road to us, we need to basically get over the upcoming hurdle on Saturday against Ulster. So that was very much the shift of focus for that week.
Elephant out of the room, match on Saturday. Yeah, I could go through like I don't know what, but however, I've had 48 hours, 72 hours maybe to get over it and things like that. What I will say to you is that you guys are so much better than
Year 2 of my campaign after the Connacht match, we did go quite hard on them. Whereas this time when we lost to Munster, it was, no guys, we actually do still believe that you can win this, you know, and that was said in that meeting, and that us as coaches believe you as a squad will still go on and win this campaign no matter what, just because we lost last weekend.
We're going to look at some clips, and this is not to point fingers at anyone. This is just to show you what we saw with turnovers and stuff, and that things like this don't normally happen all the time. So we're just going to fly through a few turnovers.
Munster's defence, it's chaos for them, but by what we did then we just created our own chaos, and as a result we turned the ball over.
I think on that, like right now, we can, as forwards, do a better job to be like attacking, like in attacking shape as we approach. I think I might have always been a bit opinionative, but last season I think that was new. I was kind of like, you have to have confidence to speak your voice. So it definitely has given me a little bit more confidence.
I know some of you are expecting I was going to come in here and rant and ride you through the wall, but I don't think that's the right thing, because I honestly do believe you guys are a fucking good team. And I do trust in what you guys are doing. It's just getting you guys to click for longer than 20 minutes.
Watching it back as well, I think we obviously had those moments where they got a few breaks coming through the middle of us, maybe twice in the first opening spell. Then we went and put a really good spell of pressure together where we were doing force back, smacking them back. And we probably, when I was watching back, I was like, fuck, we should have celebrated that more, because that was exactly what I had asked for us to do, was to get energy off the defence, and we did that.
Just one thing just on what Hannah said there in terms of like celebrating the wins. I found it really frustrating watching the video back and having, like, you have members of their pack, whose name I won't say, but you have people like screaming in your teammate's face after they knock on a ball or they drop a ball. Like, take that fucking personally. Like, we can't have that. Like, it's up to the front five, it's up to the back row, whoever. Like, take that fucking personally. Like, watch it back. They're screaming in your teammate's face and people just don't react. Like, we can't have that. We wouldn't let that go at training. Don't fucking let that go on the pitch.
Be different strokes for different folks, do you know what I mean? So we have certain people, as you said, who do hair, and that's their thing. Like, we have Nevo Dowd, Noddy, and she does hair on the bus, and I think that's what keeps her busy. Whereas I go and talk to people, she'll still be chatting away, no doubt. She's a yapper, but she'll be doing all the hairs. And you also have people who will be at the front of the bus and won't talk to anyone for the whole trip.
Why don't you tell them? You can commentate this really thrilling activity.
So she's been working on how to make circles.
I'm only learning. This is a new experience for some people. Oh, I'm so sorry, Tilly, yours. I'm trying to knit, yeah. I'm in a circle. Yeah. Are you joking me? Joking me?
Yeah.
That's fair? She's just learning. It's actually one pants leg.
Yes.
Like LeBron James with one pants leg.
I said you wear
It's that. They're so self-centered. Just a natural. Oh my God, Hannah, you look so
We headed up to the hotel, we got there, and Tanya kind of pulled me aside and asked me would I like to present the jerseys to the girls. And at this stage I kind of hadn't made it public that it was my last Interpros, but I was well aware of it obviously, and I said, you know what, yeah, I would. I said it would be an honour to present the girls with their jerseys. Bit of a dud for them not to get someone a bit more high profile, but for me I was like, yeah, I'd love to do that. It would be a nice way to kind of, what I'd hoped was my second last game with the girls, to be able to kind of, you know, kind of show my appreciation, I suppose, and what it means to me to present them with their jersey. So yeah, it was exciting.
Everyone feeling good? Yep. Okay, cool. Going to get on to the jersey presentation, and I think today we're going to go with your one and only leader, Capitan, who's going to look after you and manage you guys on the pitch today. Come on, Hannah. It's a whistle in your jersey.
Yeah, thanks a minute. Yeah, I found out about 15 minutes ago when Tanya said it to me. I feel like I'm the Timu version of jersey presentation, so I apologise in advance. I was like, sure, I have to talk anyway, so we'll just do 2 in 1. But no, it is a big honour to be asked to present the jerseys. It's kind of daunting and all as it is, and I'm only talking to you guys, but as in we know each other.
Hannah is just the pinnacle of women's rugby, and for every person in that room, like, not only is Hannah a leader, but she's just a top class role model, and all of us know the works and the blood, sweat and tears it takes to get into a blue jersey and to be present in that room. but to be the one that's leading that group, and to be the one that's leading by example, and literally leading the troop into battle and putting in just as hard of work as everyone else, she is the one you look to.
I suppose being lucky enough to be asked to captain the group is something really special to me, and probably something that I'll only kind of fully appreciate once I'm kind of finished, but we won't get into that, so that'll go through. But no, it's been, I said, a cracking week. I said last week didn't go the way we wanted it to go, but I think compared to how we trained last week versus this week has been different, like chalk and cheese. How we bounce back from it, I know it's a cliche, but like we fucking bounce back really, really well. And it's been exciting training this week, and there's been an energy to it that has been different. And like we put ourselves in this position again today that we are completely in control of our own destinies, which is a brilliant place to be. Like the talent that we have in the room, the talent that's not here today, that's part of our squad, gives me such faith that we're capable of doing anything that we want to. So we take back the control today in the way that we perform, that we're that calmness and coolness in attack like we have been all week. But God, we're ruthless in defence. Like they don't want to absolutely have any of the ball because we're such dogs in attack, in defence. So just bring that onto the pitch today, and I know that we'll end up at the right side of the result and power us on and get us back on track to where we want to be.
Bit up, brilliant. Let's go in your wingy. No wingy. Okay guys, let's start the warm-up like we mean to finish the fucking game, alright? High standards, good levels, good energy, good vibes, yeah? Yeah. We happy? Good. Yeah. Let's go.
And let's go. Let's set the tone from this fucking Leinster here, right here, and the whole way through. Leinster on 3. 1, 2, 3. Leinster! Woo!
Everyone was good to go. There was an element of calmness, almost like the complete opposite end of the spectrum as the week before. And I think everyone knew that we were going out with a point to prove. Like everyone was looking at us, wondering how we were going to react from the week before. So everyone was calm, everyone was ready, and just trusting in our processes.
Too much movement up and down. They're trying to front or middle, either on a five or a full. We just need to be mindful, okay? Less watching and more just throwing up, because she's throwing flat all the time, okay? Most of the time, early days we got up there, later we didn't. The other thing too is they're committing no one to that breakdown, 1 or 2, and as a result, very strict on defence. So again, you did the right thing right on the end there, and unfortunately we just knocked the ball on or got stripped on it, okay?
But, you know, we try and limit how much info we send down. At half time, before we go in, we'd always say, okay, what are the 3 messages we want the girls to know? And then we might have micro chats one-on-one with a couple of players along the way.
I think the fold needs to be quicker because I'm screaming for people to come out, and I have to leave, so all there's creative space because there's no one come around. I know it's hard because they're actually going past us. We need to fucking fight to get around the court.
There is plenty of opportunities. We've seen that defensive frailties in the middle there in relation to them. We've had Hema and a couple of others make those breaks through again. Okay, so look around that challenge. Okay, yep.
Just off so I think we're getting our hulk set reasonably well, but we're not looking for the 10 to set up. I think we're setting up our pod, but we're way too flat, and the 10's going to be behind us. We need to look for 10 and say, okay, I'm off them. Get behind them and ready to fucking run up with them on the fucking front foot and getting through that fucking line.
To be honest, look, you had Molly Boyne, you had Nebo Dowd, you had Linda, you had Nikki Cohey. I haven't even mentioned Nikki Cohey in this. And all those girls are rugby smart, so you know there's not too much stress happening, and they obviously knew the game plan. a lot of, they had a lot of say in how they wanted to play.
Remember when we were in the hotel, what did we say about this team? They're going to play till 80. Okay, they're in a fucking battle. We need to make sure we're in that one as well. Forwards, can I just ask, if you're a line out forward, please get your hands sprayed before we leave from the, make sure you have some sticky on. It's going to be way out there.
Their head, they're still in this fucking game. Don't even, if you doubt for 1 second that they're not going to fight every ounce of their body for that fucking win against Leinster. They have so much to prove, lads. Let's fucking go out there and bury them.
We have Billy on the side of the pitch, who edits a lot of what I have to say, and sometimes forgets to tell them what I want to say, which is probably a good thing. Sometimes we get caught up in the excitement, and I'll be calling down to Billy, and then you often hear, I can't hear you, Mike's gone, but I know he's just filtering out exactly what I want to say. So Billy was really good. He's the calmer one out of the two of us.
We went out and it just clicked. We were Leinster Rugby again, and everything that we kind of looked at in the analysis we had done really just came to the fore, and particularly that time Linda got the ball and she just knew when to give the old show and go and when to pass to me, and I was just happened to be on the end of it, and the old winger in me came out, so stretched the legs and was absolutely delighted to get a try. It doesn't happen too much, but Linda did all the hard work, to be honest, up until that point as well. So someone commented on the video on Instagram that the nurses were supporting the doctors. So look, it's a team effort, and that day, the week of preparations and the emotions that we all had to go through and get over and reset as a group to know that we could get through those tough times just shows the character that the group has, and just shows how competitive the Interpros are and what a whirlwind and emotional roller coaster they can be. But the hard work and grit that Leinster Rugby has, and we were not going down without a fight.
Scoreboard looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But when I came out and said well done to a few, there were a few faces that were looking a little bit different at me. Okay, a couple of things. Lacked a little bit of clinical at times when we had some of our decision making and accuracy around that. We fucking did the job today. We did what we needed to do to get back here next week to be in the main final. Okay, it's got to be so much better next week for us to be in there. But fucking celebrate the fucking wins. There'll be opportunities for us to have a post-mortem about certain things, but let's fucking try and tune the face up as we go. We've got some good supporting fans up there. Let's make sure we acknowledge them. Debutant and try. Well done.
Yeah, scoreboard looks good. Wasn't pretty to watch. Guys, you guys need to get fucking clinical. And you also need to stop being so fucking selfish. You had plenty of times out there where you could put your teammates away, but you want to carry and be selfish. We're not going to win if we're selfish next week. We're only going to win if we play as a squad. Okay? I'm delighted you got that score and we fucking won. All right? But we need to be much better next week. Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
Take a hard look at yourselves as individuals and as a team and see what we can improve on. Nice to have the injured girls back playing. What if Noddy and that little Well done, Anna and Kelly. Everything. Lots of work on so, lads. One.
So kind of got to Monday of finals week, and I knew that I was in a bit of bother.
I think we just need to step up a little bit more about being ruthless. And John said the fuck you attitude.
And we're going to fucking run them off that pitch, okay? We have to want it. Do we want it?
Yes.
Do we want it?
Yes.
Do we want it?
Yes.
Okay, guys, let's fucking bring it. Everybody all in first minute. Hands in.